Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome to the channel, to a live stream that we have not done in a minute. Hope everyone has a great start to your day, depending on where you are in the world. We've got some exciting stuff to go through today before maintenance. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I don't really stream that much on YouTube, so let me know if the audio is okay. Gathering the Magic, I see you in chat. Hello, hello. Yeah, let's see if we can get a legendary occupied. That would be fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, before we get started on the land survey, I just figured we just catch up here on, let's say, the last 24 hours here in Splinterlands. If you haven't noticed, Bitcoin is above 30,000. We've got DEC. Well, it was pushing 97 Splintoshis when I was awake this morning earlier. It's at 95 Splintoshis. So we are nearing peg here, pretty close to getting to that peg there. Could the flywheel be coming to us soon? That is the million-dollar question. And not only that, but the excitement right now in Splinterlands is palpable. I don't know if you've checked the market here, but we've had over $31,000 in land sales in the last 24 hours. And if you go to the card market as well, the card market's doing pretty well as too here. We've got $46,000, over $46,000 in 24-hour volume in card sales. Between the two card markets, you know, that's close to $100,000. That's not bad. You know, back in the day in, like, let's say 2021, you know, it was pretty common to have over $100,000 in card sales and traffic in Splinterlands. And now between land and cards, we're getting back to that, which is crazy. And yes, Gathering the Magic gold foil card prices are going up. Check this out. If you haven't seen this, look at alphas here. Look at legendary alphas. There's only 4 for sale right now. Liquidity here for gold foil alphas is like 0. There's 4 left for sale. The lowest price card is listed for $100,000. And you know, these cards are really, really good for land. Obviously, they're the best cards for land. If we go here to production points, you know, a gold foil, just a 1 BCX is 2,500 production points for a gold foil legendary, but alpha is going to get 10 times that multiplier there. So you're getting, I think, a base, what is that? Is that 25,000 PP just from one card, 1 BCX? So that's pretty insane. You know, 10x multiplier on a gold foil epic is going to give you 6,000 BCX. That's pretty crazy as well. You know, but here's the thing. Your soulbound reward cards, if you've pulled a gold foil legendary soulbound reward card, that's you know, that's not too bad either. That's 2,500 production points just from that card alone. Even though it's soulbound, you're still going to get good value out of that card on land. So that's fantastic as well. You don't have to spend $100,000 necessarily. So just keep that in mind. Gathering Magic is saying that alpha packs are most overlooked. Only around 6,000 packs left. Yeah, scarcity is real. Scarcity is real. And I wanted to, you know, as we're talking about land here, we surveyed a tract on Sunday night on Splinterlands TV. That was pretty interesting. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check that out. It's on my YouTube channel. And because of that video, and what happened during that stream and that survey, we've been making some moves in the Splinterverse here. And if we take a look here at the map of Pretoria, you know, we have a tract here in Son 98 in the wild northeast. And you know, we're on this mountain here, king of the mountain here, and not quite king, maybe prince of the mountain, because we did not get a castle, even though we had a 50-50 chance. But we've been making some moves, and now we actually have an opportunity to survey a second tract here. In this particular case, that second tract is in Central Fire. It's actually, you know, in a pretty decent location here in Central Fire. We're in Tract 66, or excuse me, Region 66, which is Central 5 Navstock, or Central Fire Navstock, I should say. And this is the tract that we're going to be surveying today. You can see the different land types that we have here. Looks like we have some forest here in the southern part of our tract. We got some river as well. We've got some more mountain here in the middle of our tract. And it looks like we've got badlands here in the northern part of our tract. So we're going to see how we do today. And I went back and did the analysis on our survey of our tract on Sunday. We actually got, if I just check the notes here, we actually got 4 extra magical resources than we were guaranteed and 6 extra rares. So while we did not get a castle and we did not get really anything great on the legendary side, although the legendary was a mountain, which wasn't terrible, we at least got 4 extra magical resources and 6 extra rares. So that's not terrible. So, and I also, before we go into the survey, I wanted to call your attention, if you were unaware, of something that was noted here in Mav chat this morning. And this was a comment from Cryptomancer, the developer. You might have noticed that peak monsters did show on the view of land when land was first released, the type of resources that lands may generate in land 2.0, that being grain, wood, stone, and ore as the 4 types that were identified. Apparently that was not supposed to have been leaked, I guess. It was part of the API because they're working on that as far as land 2.0 is being developed. And what was noted here by Cryptomancer was information was taken down. It's not finalized yet and shouldn't have been shown. It was leaked in some API information as the team is already starting to work on future phases of land. And so Peak Monsters decided to display it, but they really shouldn't have. Take it with a grain of salt. It's possible that those resources could change and that the number shown remains speculative until it's officially confirmed later on in the Land 2.0 white paper. So that is something to note if you're looking at land. Specifically, that data seemed to show that certain types of land might be more rare than others, which is why there's a discrepancy of prices in the market for certain land types. So be aware of that. It's just not known here what that means, and it could change. So don't do anything crazy. Don't make any big purchases necessarily, because just like, you know, summoners, everything's subject to change here. Chuni, welcome to the stream. Did I buy another tract? I did. We can chat about that for sure. So, you know, made some moves in Splinterlands here, and we were able to pick up another tract here before the maintenance. We'll get it surveyed and, you know, get some of that extra SPS. Hopefully, if you watched, I think Aftersound published a video last night suggesting that based on the number of surveyed and claimed lands right now, that if nothing else gets surveyed and claimed today, for the most part, the SPS rewarded, or the SPS pool being rewarded for unique individuals, will actually jump from around, I think it was like 1.38 SPS per day per plot, up to like 2.24 or something like that, I think was the number that Aftersound came up with as a potential. And that means if you do the math there and you estimate SPS at, let's say, 3 cents a day, a tract is basically going to generate about close to $7, like $6.72 in SPS a day. So over the course of a month, that's basically $200 in SPS, roughly speaking, that land, like a tract of land, will generate. So we want to get this surveyed. We want to be eligible for that SPS reward, and hopefully it works out for us today. D Tough Stuff, welcome champ, welcome to the stream. Yeah, thanks, appreciate that. I hope we hit something big as well. That would be nice. But so the castle in this region's already been identified, so we're only going to get a keep, but that's not a problem. We'll definitely take a keep here, and we'll take the guaranteed rarities here as we open 100 plots here on this survey. Gathering the Magic is asking, do you know if you have to be in the same region or territory if you're working on the Secret of Praetoria? That's a great question, Gathering the Magic. I think their rewards, I think Matt's hinted that the rewards for the Secret of Praetoria are going to be territory based, if I recall correctly, based on the town halls. I don't know if that's fully baked yet as far as what that means, but I think he's alluded to that in town halls, that it'll be a competition amongst territories, I believe was the overarching factor. So it's possible that if you have magical plots in different territories, you might be eligible for maybe multiple research rewards. I don't really know. It's not really known. It's probably a good question to ask on the next town hall and see what Matt says, or the next time Matt's on. Yeah, the initial Peak Monsters data, correct, only had Caldera and Mountains as producing ore, but we'll see. We'll see what that means moving forward, if they update that or change it. I don't know. And then Gathering the Magic saying, you really want more land to get claimed? You want to get your plot in region 130? Yeah, for sure. Hey, it's the People's Guild. Welcome to the stream. Mr. Podcast this week. I guess even the People's Guild needs a week off, but good to see you in the stream. Looking forward to the next one for sure. Vilson, hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Chuni did his own calculations, and just using CL Max Commons and considering taxes, fees, and grain consumed by monsters, looks like it'll be about 360 DC a day farming grain for your plots of land. What's 360 a day with DEC at peg? I mean, that's 36 cents a day per plot in grain. So over the course of a month, it's $11 basically. So if you buy a plot of land and farm grain on it, you'd basically ROI in 6 months or less. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, you're saying it comes out to about 12 SPS a day? Yeah, that's about right. 36 cents. Yeah, do your own research for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how all of this works from an economy standpoint. And yeah, I mean, this is exciting times for Splinterlands. So I don't want to keep the audience here in suspense for too long. I know we've got maintenance coming up this morning. I think Aftersound is streaming probably at the top of the hour, so we're gonna get this done. We're gonna be efficient here, and let's see what we can do. Let me show you where we're at. We're here in 66 here. Let's go get this done. Let's go list view here, right? So if I select all, we have 100 unsurveyed plots. Now, unfortunately, I don't have DECB to use because I wasn't planning on getting a second tract. So we're gonna have to use DEC for this. But let's see what we can do here. So, yeah, DEC it is. We're going to add building in a box to everything. We're gonna add time vaults to everything. That's gonna be 2 million DEC. Yikes. That's expensive. And yeah, let's see. Can we pull the unicorn that is the legendary occupied? That would be nice, right? That would be nice. All right, let's do this. Let's roll the dice. See if we can get some maintenance luck today. All right, let's go. First is a common. Got a desert common. Another desert common. Another desert common. Another desert common. Badlands common. Badlands magic common. Badlands common. Another Badlands, but this is another magic common. There's a legendary. Badlands common. Badlands common. Badlands common. Second epic. That's a Badlands magic common, so our third magic Badlands. Lots of Badlands so far, which is probably the north part of our tract here, which is expected. There's a second legendary. Well, we got a mythic and a legendary, so if anything more than that would be a bonus. So it looks like we're gonna get probably a Badlands legendary and a Badlands keep. Is what it's looking like. There's oh, look at that, a third legendary. So we actually got an extra legendary, it looks like. And it's gonna be Badlands as well. And we got a magic common there. So that's good news. So we got a 2 legendary tract. There's a magic tundra. I know we had tundra in our tract, but there you go. Huh. Now we got an occupied tundra. So an occupied common. Wow, wasn't expecting all this tundra based on our the way our land looked on the map. We're now in the mountains here. So far, lots of common mountains. Got a magic mountain. on the common side. Another Magic Mountain. Common. Got some rivers now. Our second occupied is a common river occupied. And our third guaranteed occupied is a common forest. So hopefully we can get one more occupied. Beat to the guaranteed. Got a magic forest. All right, so we're gonna get actually an extra legendary. We've used up all of our guaranteeds on the occupieds. So we got 3 occupied commons. Let's see what we're gonna get for rares here. Got a rare Magic Fire Badlands. Got a rare Magic Mountain. Another rare Magic Mountain. Another rare Magic Mountain. All right, let's see what we're gonna get for these epics. Let's go from top to bottom again. First epic, Natural Desert. Second epic, Natural Badlands. Third epic, Natural Badlands. And our fourth epic, which is just the guarantee, is Natural Forest. All right, we are down to the 2 legendaries and the 1 mythic. Let's see what we're gonna roll here. There it is, our keep in the Badlands. And our first legendary out of 2 legendaries. Can we roll? Can we hit bingo and get a legendary occupied? Let's see. It's gonna be Badlands, looks like. Okay, legendary natural in the Badlands. And for perhaps the last legendary plot of land that we'll ever draw in Splinterlands. Let's see. Natural Badlands. All right, so we got 2 Natural Badlands for legendaries. So that's going to, I believe, produce stone based on the initial data leak. So we'll take it. We got basically the guaranteed epics, the guaranteed occupieds, and we got a number of magical rares. So not terrible, honestly. An extra legendary, and it looks like a decent amount of magical rares, and also a decent amount of mountains as well. So not too shabby. We will definitely take this as a successful tract survey. So definitely very happy with that. And let's take a look see. Let's see. So if I can sort by region 66 and occupieds, we had 3 occupieds. And then magicals, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we hit the exact rarity on the magicals and the occupieds. For the guarantees, looks like the only thing we overachieved was the legendaries. And the rares, let's see how many rares we got. I guess we can count them. So we got 2 extra rares. So this particular survey, +2 on the rares, +1 on the legendary. So, and we looks like we got 4 magical rares. Looks like 3 mountain magical rares and 1 badland rare. So there you go. Survey complete. Let me catch up here on chat. Six Flags Magic Mountain. Yeah. Maybe it's 3 Flags Magic Mountain in this case. Icy Flow's asking, have I decided what I'm going to do with my plots? I want to understand how... I want to understand technically if it's going to be possible to put together a land scholar type model where, for example, if you're able to rent cards and stake your rented cards on land, you should in theory be able to have cards delegated to you and be able to stake those on land. If that's the case, what I'll be doing with my plots, Icy Flow, is I'll be looking to do some land scholarships. So if you want to delegate cards to put on plots that I have unworked in my tracks, then I'll be, kind of doing like a nifty split with you on, you get the card delegations and we both share in the resources produced on that land. Because I've got the land, you've got the cards, so we both win-win there by working together on that. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I don't want to sell my land. I think that would I want to avoid that if all possible. If we waited this long for land, I don't want to sell it after surveying it without even working the land. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and hodl the land, try and find a way to partner with the community to make the land productive, and then obviously share that productivity with folks that may own land but may have extra cards, right? So that would be the ideal scenario. So Jason, yeah, that is my plan. It's going to depend on technically if that's possible. We know that land rentals and delegations should be coming next year, but if, for land 1.5, if the model technically works where you can actually rent to stake on land or delegate to stake on land, then that would create opportunities for manual land scholarships. We would have to go in and basically calculate daily, probably on a manual basis, what the resource productions are that you need to get reimbursed for percentage wise and stuff like that. So it'll be some work more than likely before Land.2 comes out, but if it's technically possible, that's what I want to do. Common occupied's pushing 600. Yeah, it's not too bad. Execute plan region 66. Yeah, I actually had a shot at region 66 track 6, but I didn't want to take that. That didn't feel right. So Chuni's saying, thinking for a scholar model, you have to provide the plots plug and play, meaning they'll have to be cleared at least and with a building. Yeah, I mean, we've got building in a box. I'll have to clear it probably, but that's okay. You bought a ton of neutral Chaos Leader reward cards you can use on plots. Yeah, absolutely. It's good call. You can use them no matter what your plot is, so you're not penalized. Those penalties can be pretty big, up to minus 50%. So that's significant. There's definitely times like you don't want to put a water card on a desert plot because you just basically tank that card's production points basically. So yeah. So there we go. So we've got some grain here to start with the building in a box, and we're ready. We're ready for, well, we're not ready for land. We don't have the DEC that we need to stake our cards on land, so we got to be gathering some of that over the next coming months, and we're gonna have to acquire some more cards. So, you know, and the crazy thing is I'm just one of probably 150,000 or a subset of that landowners that needs to do the same thing. So, as Uncle Aggie says, push and shove, right? Because there's just not enough for everyone. We can see here, you know, look at DEC. DEC's at 95 Splintoshis, almost at peg. And I need, for 2 tracts of land, I need 10 million DEC. Is that the number that I need to put max monsters to stake on my land? It's what, 5,000 DEC per max monster. I have 200 plots of land. And there's 5 monsters on a plot. Am I doing this math wrong? Is it only 5 million DEC? Let's see. Let's just double check I'm doing the math right there. Land staking. So it's going to be 5,000 DEC for a common card. Oof. It's 10,000. 10,000 is max card, so it's double. Yeah, so it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be 10 million DEC. So 10,000 times 5 times 200. 10 million DEC is the price. So I do not have 10 million DEC. I'm guessing if you own plots of land out there, if you're watching this stream or watching the replay, you probably don't have 50,000 DEC for every plot of land that you own. So here's the crazy thing. There's at no point in my entire Splinterlands career or life have I ever needed to own 10 million DEC as a requirement. And at no point in time has my account ever held 10 million DEC. But in the future, it could be a reality that I need 10 million DEC owned and staked. And DEC's already at peg, pretty much. And I need to get 10 million of that. And you may need to get some of that DEC as well. Can you say Flywheel? We could be seeing Flywheel happen this week, where DEC goes above peg and people start burning SPS to mint more DEC because there's an arbitrage. It's cheaper to burn SPS than it is to buy DEC. So yeah, if you haven't been paying attention, yeah. The good news is DEC is not going to go crazy like previously with the SPS airdrop because of the lessons learned there. So DEC is not going to go above that 100 Splintoshis. So you'll be able to, I guess, technically afford DEC. But, you know, the last 6 months, this is the asset that you should have been stocking up on, DEC. The next 6 months, that's the asset that you should probably be stocking up on. Not financial advice. Just saying. If I was a financial player playing for fun, this would be how I'd be keeping score right now. So yeah, trying to grind for those free gold foil legendaries. Yep. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of land content out there, depending on if you own one plot, if you own a tract, or if you own a region. There's so many different strategies and things to discuss with land. You can pretty much guarantee that the land playlist on my channel will be populating pretty quickly with some vids here. Do I still have those CL packs? Chuni, that's how we were able to get a second tract, my friend. So yeah, those were some of the moves we've been making. Yeah, and you need the PP to clear the plots to be able to put the buildings on. Yep. Yeah, because I don't have 200 Rooney, so that is the case, right? Because let's see, you've got let's see, the building in a box just gives you the resources, does not reduce the time it takes to clear the land. Clearing plots here requires production points before any buildings are built or any production can start. So before you can even start farming SPS, research points, or grain, you got to clear the land. And you got to stake your monsters and spend some time. Spend some time crystals. The only thing that does not have to be cleared is your keeps and castles. Those start working day one. Everything else is going to take some time. Going to take some elbow grease. That's $9,500 at DEC's current prices. Yeah, don't tell me that, Chuni. That's $9,500 I don't have currently. So, yikes. That's a lot. That's a lot of cheddar there to get this land business up and running. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, if you think of Splinterlands land like the United States as an example, if you look at the history of the United States, what would you rather be? Would you rather be like New York City, you know, which was established pretty early on in the colonization of the United States, or would you rather be Salt Lake City? You know what I'm saying? From a land value perspective. And I think that's going to be a lot of the case with Splinterlands. The land that gets cleared and worked and has the workers on it and is ready to go and is productive quickest is going to be the landowners that are most profitable over time. And you know, time is money. TikTok, right? So you know, being able to, like, if I have 2 tracks, being able to somehow find a way to either reallocate assets or sell cards or whatever, which you don't want to sell cards because you need the cards to work the land. So you got to find other ways to get that DEC staking money. But basically, the more land you can have staked on day one, you know, and then cleared and then producing, is the more revenue that you're going to have to basically, in land 2.0, your steady stream of revenue to then build your buildings. Like, you want to be able to build New York City. You want to have like high level buildings and castles and keeps. And to do that, you need funds and revenue to generate more, right? So you want to develop like a New York City type real estate landscape and not be like the wild, wild west, you know, in Yellowstone or like, you know, Wyoming or something with lots of unused land that's just sitting there. It may look scenic, but it's not going to generate any SPS or any monies for you to then use elsewhere. So that's why, in my mind, you know, getting to that stake DEC and getting to like a land scholar model is going to be my priority over the next, let's say, 4 months. Hopefully we have 4 months. I don't know if they deliver land sooner than 4 months, then I'm going to be really behind the 8 ball and not going to really be as productive on day one, unfortunately. So we'll see. There's about 250,000 of SPS traded on MechX. I don't know. That's a good question. Sell your car, get a second mortgage? Nah, I'm good. That might be a little too crazy, even for me. Yeah, I saw the land page on Splinter Cards. That's great that they were able to add that, you know, in this first week. That's a great utility. You can take a look at that for those who haven't seen it. Let me refresh it here. Let's see, where did it go? Let's see, it is under lands. We have population, land population for region. Let's just check. Let's see. So it's not updated yet. Plot owners. And then we've got 98. So this is our alliance region. So we've got Gene Pool, the Splinter Forge team, Steve. We've got myself. Gene Pool bought Bulldogs Keep. Plato hasn't claimed yet, and I believe that's Dave McCoy on Tract 1. So that's a pretty strong region. You can see the ownership here. Splinter Forge 300, basically. Yeah, we've got some people have keeps and stuff taken out of that from plots numbers. But yeah, so it looks like we've got some people that have come in through some purchases from Bulldog here into the region. So welcome everyone to San if you're curious. And then let's see what else we got here. Distribution. This is the land distribution, 62,419 unclaimed. Right here we've got 1% mythics, 1% legendaries, 4%, you know, pretty much what you'd expect for the distributions. You can see here the types of land. So percentage. So here you can see Caldera, there's 7.73%. So even though they're only going to be able to, in the leak, you know, produce ore, you know, it's a pretty common, I would say, region type that's been revealed. Looks like the most uncommon is actually mountain right now at 6.15%. And I guess, you know, it's good that we got some mountains in our survey today. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot still, 29% that's left to be unsurveyed, or I guess claimed. or 19.6 unclaimed, and 17.7. So there's still quite a bit here. Add those two numbers together is basically what's left. So 37.3%. Pretty interesting data though, for sure. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's see the rich list here. Wow, you can see rich list by, let's see, legendary occupied rich list. Cryptomancer has 4 legendary occupieds. No Fame has 2, looks like SPS Whale has 2, Matt has 2, YGG has 2. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, a lot of people have 1. So there's 34 legendary occupieds out there. If you're on this list, congratulations. That's pretty clutch, right? Pretty clutch. See, we've got some names on here that we recognize. Obviously Clove. Neil McSpadden's here, Splinter Forge is here. Lots we got Level Up Life's here. Yeah. Lots of familiar names in the community on that list. Legendary Magical. How many we have here? Legendary Magical, 76. Legendary Magicals. Wow, Cryptomancer's killing it. 6 legendary Magicals. YGG got 4. Chrysanthemus got 4. Neil McSpadden got 6. Briarbro got 5. Wow. A lot of big names on this list as well. They can recognize from the community. Congratulations to everyone on that list. Legendary Natural, this is by, wow. Cryptomancer's got 29 legendary naturals. Yikes. Lots of regions for Cryptomancer. And get the list of castles here. These are all the kings and queens of Pretoria. You got 81 castles revealed. It's pretty exciting. You've got about the same amount of castles as legendary magicals, roughly. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, pretty interesting data. We'll have to see how that works out. Yeah, and Icy Flow is saying he'd rather be in Salt Lake City 50 years from now because New York will be underwater. Yeah, well, hopefully we don't have flooding in Pretoria. That would be not great. Looks like 12 region holders that haven't surveyed yet. Okay. So that means if there's 12 more regions that haven't surveyed, that's 12 more region holder castles. That would put the castles at 93, and that would knock out all the regions. So you'd have basically, if you owned plots or tracts, there'd be another, what, 57 castles left up for grabs. It's not too bad. Icy Flow saying if only I found this game a few months earlier, things would be different. I agree, Icy Flow. I agree. That was probably one of the most costly decisions in my life because I remember seeing videos on Splinterlands talking about the SPS airdrop and DEC. Like, I started in August and I probably saw the videos late June, early July timeframe. I started in late August. And honestly, if I just would have paid attention and not ignored, because I actually watched the videos and I just didn't do anything with the knowledge. And it took like literally 3 or 4 videos for me to finally do something, for me to look into it and do research. And if I would have joined in, just say early July, just that 1.5 months of difference is the difference between Untamed selling out, Dice selling out. I mean, it's just so much happened in that 1.5 months, in that basically six weeks, that I agree. Things would definitely be different for me as well, Icy Flow. But hindsight is 2020. All we can do is learn from our mistakes and plan for the future. If I do recall correctly, though, I do recall that you got in on the Gods Unchained airdrop. So congratulations on that, because that I think worked out well for you too. Does the company get transportation fees? No, it's burned. Transportation fees, I'm pretty sure, are burned, Chuni, but let's just double check to make sure I'm not giving you incorrect information on the transportation. Let's see, where is it? So transporting grain will require a 12.5% fee, which will be burned. So in 1.5, all transportation fees are burned. Bridging is taking stuff out of the game and into like Hive Engine. And all fees here are also burned, Chuni. So those are all burned. So you're burning grain, you're burning, I guess the only resource you can transport in 1.5 is grain. So you're just burning grain from Hive Engine and across the lands. And Chuni's saying there may be a chance to add liquidity to new LPs. Yeah, that also, surprise, surprise, will require DEC. So, yeah. Maybe everyone probably needs to look at getting some DEC sooner rather than later. So, let's see. It's probably not long that it stays below peg, honestly. This 5% discount is my guess. I mean, I know there's a lot of DEC out there, but people are going to need it, and a lot of it. So, well, there you go, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream today. I want to probably call it here just because I know Aftersound is streaming this morning as well. So make sure you check out Aftersound's stream. We'll see you over there. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us today. I know we don't stream that often on YouTube, but yeah, maybe we'll do more of that depending on if you guys want to see that or not. Have a good one, everyone, and take care.